A little while back, I traveled to merry old England, a country that's got all kinds of weapons. Swords, shields, wooden catapults, terrible massage chairs, even magic wands. But the one weapon you don't see is guns. So I wanted to find out why in my new segment, Roy Meets World. Edward, where are you from?
Harrogate, North Yorkshire.
Okay, so do you feel safer here or visiting America?
Here. Safer here.
Why? Why do you feel safer here?
Because everybody's packing in the States.
You really don't see guns out here on a regular basis,
Not
huh?
really. Even with the cops, if you're walking around and you do see some cops, they don't have guns on them.
Why is that? Why y'all police don't have guns?
I honestly don't know about that one.
But how are you going to accidentally kill somebody you wanted to kill?
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. You shouldn't be doing that.
So in the UK, how do you show power? How do you show people you got a big dick, but you don't have a gun?
I don't try and show people that I got a big dick. I know I've got one. Like, I think that
That's one way to do it. As a woman, are you impressed by men who have big guns?
No, we're not used to this in Norway. It's not common to have guns in private homes at all.
Okay, so in Norway, how do men let women know that they have a big dick?
Show it to them.
Can't do that in America. That is not an option. So they are packing. See, there's so much our two cultures can learn from each other. Why do you think Americans love guns so much?
I think it's something like deeply ingrained in the culture. Like, guns have been around for a long, long time in the US. Like in the UK, it's not so much of an issue because it's very underground, whereas in America, it's normalized. Like you can walk into like a Walmart and buy a gun. And,
Yes, and a pack of Skittles and some ice cream.
Yeah,
and be right back
exactly.
out the door. So where are you all from?
South Africa.
Why do you think Americans love guns so much?
Probably the Constitution and just because they're crazy.
Damn, you just hit us right out the gate. What is America's reputation in the world?
Probably mass shootings, as bad as it sounds.
That's all we known for?
No,
Not only that, but
you
it's
turn
the
on
We
currency.
got hot dogs, we got
turn on the
Steph
TV.
Curry. Why do you think Americans love guns so much?
From an outsider's perspective, I think they are also really proud of their military and everything.
Well, we whooped a lot of ass. Americans whooped a lot of ass.
I think so, at least, yeah.
Check the stats.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Whooped the British ass. Civil War. We whooped our own ass. So they didn't really know America's record on the court. And it turns out, guns aren't just hurting our people, they're hurting our street cred all over the world.
I feel like, the U.S. was kind of like this beacon that a lot of people followed. If you look at it from the gun perspective, some of the other topics that are going on currently as well, I think it is affecting a little bit of its credibility on the global stage.
But it's a problem when guns have got more rights than women, so within a country.
Yeah, you're right. Is it possible that the rest of the world is just being too hard on America and the gun violence? We only been around 200 years.
Yeah.
You got some growing pains. Everybody know when you start a country, it's gonna be rough for a little while because you just whoop somebody's ass. No disrespect.
I have little faith in the
Yeah.
country at the moment. Like, I've never been, I've always wanted to visit it, but every time we talk about it, we're like, actually, like,
The attitudes.
I'm not sure.
So Americans might not be Airbnb-ing their fully armed apartments to these people anytime soon. But that doesn't mean that all of Europe is a gun-free zone.
We can take Spitsbergen in Norway. That's the highest density of guns in any society in the world. Everybody has a gun in Spitsbergen. That's for protection for polar bears, but they don't shoot each other.
It's just for the polar bears.
Right.
Yeah, but you have to wear a gun if you go outside the city.
You're not allowed to go without.
Wait, it's a law
Yeah.
that you have to wear a gun in that
Yeah.
part.
One in the party has to wear a gun to go outside of the city limits.
To keep you from getting eaten by a polar bear.
Yeah.
Damn, mandatory guns to fight polar bears? I'm canceling my trip to Oslo. Honduras, here I come. There's no polar bears there, right?